we look ridiculous. You know that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Can't believe people actually watch this crap.
Yes, we know it's 8:04 right now, actually, Chris.
Yeah. Details. Hello, Chris. Hello, Zach. Hello, the spin cycle. Uh,
Only a couple minutes late.
yeah. No. If it wasn't for the last minute, nothing would get done. It's all good. So, yeah. Final live chat for this meetup. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, where did the week go?
Yeah, no kidding. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. Just unfortunately, final evening. I could go for a drink right now.
You should have grabbed one before we started.
Maybe I'll wash. Yeah. Looks like sewage water. Let's see what to begin with. I think personally a little recap on this week and what all we accomplished or didn't accomplish. Let's see. Tuesday was basically us sitting down here till 1 o'clock in the morning, working on stuff, installing decoders or making adjustments to models, what have you.
Yeah.
Wednesday was Y-Bridge in morning/afternoon, and then the Clarion Club in afternoon/evening. I don't know. Did we do anything when we came back here after the Clarion Club?
I don't think we really did all that much.
I think we just sat around and...
Because I think you were pretty tired.
Yeah, well, I know you were ready to get off your feet. That was a lot of standing
I
that day.
I just wanted to at least sit down somewhere, that's all.
Thursday, basically, didn't really do a whole lot during the day. Worked on some model projects and such. That was about it. Thursday evening, obviously, went over to Gary Lasher's East Pittsburgh and Ohio River layout. Met up with fellow YouTuber. Well, I don't know if I'd call him. Well, he is on YouTube. We'll say fellow hobbyist Lasher 9811, who is actually in here right now. Stayed there till damn near midnight. And Friday, really didn't do much Friday, other than dinner in the afternoon with his and my family, plus Mrs. Plowbender, and then last night's live chat. That was about it. And today was pretty much a repeat of Friday. Just worked on some stuff here at the workbench, and we're doing this final live chat this evening. I got to move that out of the way before I spill it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying before there, we would have liked to have visited a couple other layouts, but just things didn't work in our favor. I know Eddie would have liked to have gone back to Father Bob's layout had he and the layout still been with us.
Well, we still have a piece of it right here. So
yeah, that's about as close as you're going to get now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know I got Bowser cars piled on it. I apologize. But, pretty much just the rest of this evening, we're just going to sit back, relax, and mess with some stuff here on the workbench. We got a few things we've been working on these past few hours / evening, whatever.
Yeah.
What else? Eddie's got himself some cookie dough.
Yep.
I could go for a drink right now, so I might walk off here in a minute just so you guys are aware.
Or I can just walk off here for a second.
Yes.
Brief second.
Wait, where are you going? Come back! My arm is stuck in my pelvis, you asshole! Sorry, I saw the opportunity. I had to go for it. Yeah. Actually received a package today from fellow YouTuber Zach Attack, which he would like to see opened on stream. So, you didn't have to do that. You're not Mrs. Plowbender.
Yeah, but it keeps you from walking off yourself.
And I still haven't put any iced tea in the fridge. I need to do that. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. Where was Where was that box that came in the mail today? Ugh.
So, sorry, Zach. I already opened it.
Yeah, kind of did that. Well, had to inspect the contents, of course.
Yeah.
But, it's still somewhat of a mystery. Nobody knows what's in here. And I got to be careful what I show because just remember this has my address on it.
Yeah.
It's okay. They can read who it came from because I don't really care if they got their address.
Rude.
Yeah. Funny enough, still got the can right here. It didn't leave the workbench after last night. I think there's still some stuff in it.
Probably.
But I mean, I guess I could close Discord. That might help things.
Perhaps.
Yeah, as I keep saying, the internet this past week has not been great. So that's kind of why we're in the position we're at. And what the hell is all this crap? Throw some shit out, man.
Aye.
But in the meantime, folks, I'm going to take a drink here because I'm thirsty.
Inconsiderate bastard.
I also want to thank Captain Rolls for getting me a refreshing beverage. Anyone wants to send me a refreshing beverage, let me know and I'll give you my address to send me some fan mail. Believe it or not, Zach, the only thing we are running right now is StreamYard, and that is it. I've got no other tabs open, no other windows, nothing else taking up internet. It's just, again, the internet's been really bad this past week.
Yeah, if yesterday's stream was anything to go by.
Yeah. Which I do want to give a big thank you to friend and fellow YouTuber Douglas Rowe for being a part of yesterday's live chat. Had he not been here, I'm pretty sure that once we dropped, the stream would have dropped as well. Being he was already in studio, that's probably the only reason that we were able to join back in like we did.
For sure.
But yeah, I would encourage you, Zach, if you're going to do some more live streams on your channel, StreamYard's the way to go. I would have liked to have run with I forget what I don't know if it's premium or what have you. I would like to have continued using that. I tried 1 week free trial of it, which I only ever did one stream with it there. But in order for me to keep that, I think it was like $80 a month to have that. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like the channel does not generate enough for me to, do that. I did mention to my viewers there when I did that the first time there, I told them I was trying out a new setup. And basically, if they wanted to see this in future, consider supporting the channel so I could make this happen. But my biggest problem is I don't think enough people tune into these streams to, for there to be enough support for that.
Nope.
It's unfortunate. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because when I went to cancel my subscription after the 1 week free trial, they actually came up, we're willing to give you your first month at this price. And, even then, I think it was still like $50 some. It's like, again, the channel does not generate enough revenue to justify that cost. I can't talk exact numbers here just because I don't think Google wants you to do that. But, put it this way, when I get my check from Google, it's not a whole lot. And we'll just leave it at that. But, yeah, enough about streaming services and that sort of thing.
Peaches and meat sticks.
You mean Slim Jims?
No, that was a Trail Over 476 quote.
Oh. Well, either way, I want a Slim Jim now.
You know, I'm surprised you don't recognize that one because you consider you voiced in that particular one.
We don't talk about that. So yeah, got this interesting little thing sent to me by, well, put it this way, Zack Attack purchased this for me and had it shipped to my address. Okay, fair enough. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Ah, Trainman 3985. You were hoping he would join last night. Here he is now. Good to see you, Michael. Nice you were able to tune in on the last night. But as I was saying, before Michael interrupted me, basically, Zack Attack purchased this and had it shipped to my address. Apparently, what is this? Martinez Prop Productions. I just show sponsor. Not really. Let's see here. It says, thank you for your order regarding your new dual disc. Each is fitted with 5-inch Velcro strap sets. Remember to cut the straps down after fitting the arm braces to your comfort level. Thank you for supporting our small business. So that might have given some
context.
Yeah, as to what we have here. But apparently we've got a Neo Kaiser Seahorse. I probably just butchered that.
Kaiser Seahorse, actually.
Yeah, at least somebody here knows Yu-Gi-Oh! Got a free card, I'm guessing, with this. I'm assuming Zach knows more information on this, so if he wants to throw that in the chat, I'll put it up on screen for y'all. Because I'm kind of, I don't know, flying in the dark here, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, he's not that big into Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm a little more into it now since I started participating in Chronicles than I was before. You know, it's just something I never grew up with. What was it? Oh, it's not Yu-Gi-Oh, but you're into Dragon Ball, I guess. You know.
I wasn't familiar with Neo Kaiser Seahorse either, so you're not alone there, Zach. Honestly, I don't really care much for Kaiser Seahorse. I just like the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah. Somewhere under the workbench here, I think I got my Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I put it in one of my tubs.
You guys need a drink? I know you're in the stream center. You're good?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Because I'm gonna head upstairs after this.
All right.
And don't you dare.
What?
Don't let me.
Okay.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, that was Mrs. Plowbender, folks.
See, I knew what you're thinking.
February 2025. How about that?
I think my Blue Eyes Shining Dragon deck is fine. Thanks, Zach.
Yeah. I think Zach gave me a machine deck, if I remember right. I'd have to...
I was thinking about putting together a railway deck, personally. I'm thinking about putting a railway deck together eventually.
Don't mind me, folks. I'm just because I can.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I got to dig this out just because I can. Not that I want to get tied up with Yu-Gi-Oh! In this stream, because that's not really...
That's not the point of the stream.
Yeah. But basically, I still have this. Didn't let go of it. How do I forget how I got into the thing before?
I'm watching that. I want to switch how it is.
It's my Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
Oh, I didn't know you had a deck.
Yeah. What the hell do you think I duel with?
You don't want to know.
Anyways. Yeah.
Well, look, there you go. Go, you're on stream.
No.
Well, you only have yourself to blame this
I think
time.
they're all basically machines.
I know. I'm leaving. Turning my back away.
Wait, hang on. What's this?
No. Oh my god. Caddy message.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Let's just leave that as a mystery. That's probably where I'll put this when I like to try to keep everything together, especially when I go into production. Just gonna toss that on the floor.
I have no idea what that is, but okay.
I know what okra is. I'm assuming it's pickle flavored. All right, we got to show the box here, folks. So let's get this bad boy out. Basically, this is what we got. Apparently, this is supposed to be used in an upcoming episode of Chronicles, if I'm correct in saying that. Just going to throw that on the floor. I know Zach explained some of the details about this to me.
It's supposed to be a dual disc, apparently.
Yeah, but it's like a more compact version, I guess.
Call me old school. I just prefer like the ones from the first season.
It's got a really strong chemical smell to it.
Wow, it does. Ugh. But yeah, call me old fashioned. I just prefer the designs from like the original series.
Yep. Now, if he could elaborate on this device as well.
It's just a prop.
Of course, it's a prop. What did you think it was going to be? An actual functioning
Dual disc.
Yeah.
However the hell that's supposed to even work, it doesn't even look like it functions as a dual disc either.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's supposed to be a more compact version, basically. It's a thought that counts. You basically put it on your...
Yep.
But again, I have no idea what the hell I'm even doing. Yeah. I'm assuming Zach kind of popped out for a minute because I think he's actually at work right now.
Yeah, I think he is.
That's what he had last night off, I guess. How is that like? Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just kind of messing with this at the moment. But anyways.
It still feels tacky, but I'm sure that'll go away over time.
Yeah. Well, I think. Yeah. Can you explain more about that, Zach? Because Eddie's kind of at a
loss.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, that explains the chemical smell.
Yeah. But I guess,
as long as it doesn't give you chemical burns on your arm. I mean, I kind of figured that, Zach. The fact it can't fit actual cards, but it's not like the actual dual disc that they officially made.
Didn't you say this was more like sort of a wristwatch type thing or something, Zach? If I remember right. Hard to remember. It's been so long. Yeah. I mean, it's simple enough to do that.
Yeah.
Who's going to know? And like he said, it's basically just for filming Chronicles. Not really, it's not really meant to actually function. Hence, being a prop, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do want to say real quick. Want to thank Zach Attack for sending this to me. like he mentioned, this is basically a prop for an upcoming episode of Chronicles on his channel, which if you haven't checked it out already, well, it's really up to you if you want to watch it. I understand some people aren't into Yu-Gi-Oh! I myself can't really say I'm into it. I just enjoy participating in Chronicles. But, obviously I'll be using this whenever the next episode is, I guess. But anyways, yeah, again, thank you, Zach, for sending this, and I will make sure to put it to good use.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? Question is, how does it go on? Is it this way, or is it this way?
I think it's that way. Hi, Simo.
Yes.
I don't like it.
Well, that's your opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yes.
I have no objections. See, I'm trying to figure out here. Oh, okay. I see how that works. Give me a second, folks, here. I'm just trying to...
Was it this one I was painting with?
What, you need a wash or a... you need a wash or an actual paint?
Like an actual paint.
You want that bottle over there.
This says acrylic paint.
Give me a second, folks, here. I'm trying to make this happen. And I'm sure Zach's probably aware of this. This sort of thing is a lot harder to do
when you're on the spot.
Yeah. I'm getting flashbacks to when we were filming the special episode of Chronicles. Remember that was I never had you to the Clarion Tunnel. And not really sure I ever will. Okay, I guess that's it.
Don't break it with it.
I'm assuming the cards go in here.
Who knows?
Yeah. That's
I don't keep up with modern Yu-Gi-Oh, to be honest.
I'm not really doing anything, fixing anything at the moment. This is just showing off something Zach sent me. I just got it today. Basically a prop for his YouTube series he's doing. I mean, do I have that on the right way, don't I? Not really sure. Oh, okay. So I guess we're good. Again, I want to thank Zach for sending this to me. And like I said, I'll be sure to make good use of it. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Again, like I said, thanks, Zach. I just set that down carefully. I don't want to break it. Yeah, I saw. Okay, so I guess we got that out of the way. Eddie's just over here painting wheels at the moment.
Yeah, so I have a few Hornby Thompson Friends wagons, and I actually replaced the original plastic wheels with metal ones, and obviously so that they roll better, but at the same time, I'm kind of taking away from the original character of the van because they were painted, well, they were black plastic with white rims, well, white walls basically. So I'm taking the metal replacements that I put on, I'm painting those black, and I'm gonna put the white walls on, so they look well, they kind of look like the original plastic wheels, but they're gonna be the superior metal wheels.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the box I keep my cards in and everything, Zach. That's where that's going to be kept. Until we get around to needing it. Either way, it will be kept safe because I know that wasn't cheap, and clearly it's significant importance.
Why'd you have to go and kill Thomas for? He owes me $20. Well, $50 in this case.
Yeah. To answer your question, Jack, he's painting wheels at the moment.
Yeah, like I said before, I've got a bunch of Hornby Thomas and Friends wagons that originally came with the plastic wheels because they're from the Great Britain era.
Great Britain.
But I replaced them with metal wheels because they roll a lot better and they don't track the dirt anywhere near as much. But at the same time, after a while, I kind of was thinking I took away the original character of the wagons because, the original wheels were black with the white walls on them, and the metal wheels are just treated metal, basically.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing here is painting them the metal wheels black, and I'm going to add the white walls later on, so they have the look of the original wheels, but still being the better metal wheels. I'm just applying a second coat here.
BR Blue. Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of them over there.
Yeah, it's going to take a long while.
That's what I was telling him there. Whenever I paint wheels and such, I tend to use, and I mean, granted, this is on American stock. I actually use these track painting pens by Woodland Scenics. These are usually just my base coat because in a lot of cases I will weather the wheels. I got a whole bunch of hopper cars right now. They got nice, clean, shining wheels on them. And really, they should at least be blacked or, dulled down a little bit. Cars like that, obviously, they wouldn't have nice and shining wheels.
No, they would be rusted.
Yeah. But I've actually done that on some of my weathered cars I have. I've taken the time. I go over them with AIM Products weathering powders. You want to hand me that case over there?
What case? Oh, this?
Yeah. Yeah, I basically use these to weather train wheels and such. I think they work pretty good. All right, Zach. We'll catch you. You get back in here, just go ahead and let us know, and we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, catch on the flip side, Zach Attack.
No, he'll be back at some point.
Yeah, I know, but again, catch him on the flip side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's actually looking a lot nicer with the black on it.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a lot of people who tell you clean and shining wheels just don't look right. Even on a clean car like that, obviously you're not going to see a bunch of what is basically chrome or polished metal.
Well, it's still technically going to be a clean wheel, considering it's going to have the white walls on it. So,
yeah, details.
It's just going to be a little prettier, I think.
To each their own.
And you're still going to have a little bit of that exposed metal because of the actual tire of the wheel.
Yeah.
You got any white paint, actually?
Yeah, there's probably just get a toothpick and apply that to the rims.
Yeah, what was dry? It probably will. I think 2 coats will be fine, right?
Yeah, that's what I was actually showing. I was showing Eddie a video earlier today that Chris did, basically showing his technique on using weathering powders to weather a hopper car. Basically, you take a little bit of the powder, mix it with some windshield washer, and you can use various brushes to apply it to the car. And the result is really nice. I don't know here. I don't think I have any reference that I can show.
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you, Jack. Because according to the lore, Thomas was. Because according to the lore, Thomas was lost during the war, according to the LBSC. And for whatever reason, he was bought at a knockdown price because the LBSC had already marked him as lost, and they kind of didn't want to have to worry about, the hassle of going through all that paperwork again. So they sold him to the fledgling Northwestern Railway for a knockdown price. I think they probably just ended up building. Well, from my understanding, they had already built another E2 to replace him.
You seen that movie?
What movie?
Train to Busan?
Can't say that I have. No, I've never heard of it.
What's it about?
Honestly, if you really are curious to know what the real Thomas might be, then I would probably try and wait to see that one guy who's been doing videos on like the real, like the real Devious Diesel, the real Dr. Great Western Engine things like that. That guy, probably wait to see if he'll do a video on Thomas at some point.
Yeah. Never seen that movie either. I don't know. What do you have to say on that?
Say on what? I really couldn't. Honestly, I've got no opinion on that, to be honest with you. I mean, your headcanon is your headcanon.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. If we all had the same view on something, I don't think. I think things would be pretty boring. It's kind of interesting to see everyone's different take on whatever.
On each and every engine,
yeah.
So yeah, sorry I keep stepping away. It's just I'm putting wheels over by the heater so that they can dry, and I'm grabbing another one to supply another coat to.
Yeah, he's kind of got his own thing going on over there. And definitely agree.
Meanwhile, Mr. Thompson over here is actually working on a Linton and Barnstable van.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
You're applying like a brown wash, from what I understand, right?
Yeah, trying to.
Yeah, I think the brown wash is definitely helping to enhance it. Because I feel like there was too much black on it before.
No, you definitely want stuff to look dirty, but at the same time,
look like it's dirty and being used.
I kind of like washes for weathering. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm just gonna start calling you Cullen now.
Colin.
Although I may still refer to you as Mr. Spin Cycle from time to time, so get used to it. Because this is my channel. You have a problem, you can just leave. I don't care. Yeah, I said that last night. I need to come up with some new material. Or I just be like a bunch of other YouTubers and rip off somebody else because I'm too unoriginal to come up with my own stuff. But it's all good. You know, everybody's happy. Okay, that's enough of the product placement. I ain't sponsoring him.
Who?
JG Wentworth.
I don't know who that is, so okay.
Oh, my mom hates those commercials. So I think she said there one time the guy must be into opera or something. And even Jack's going ahead and throwing it in as well. Okay, fair enough. Come on, people. That's enough. But I don't know what to talk about. Well, aside from basically working on models right now, later on we're going to be watching the
finale for the Grand Tour.
I was going to say that.
Sorry. Yeah, I've been an avid watcher of the Grand Tour, and when the finale came out, I watched a little teensy bit of the beginning, and then I kind of just put it down and hadn't really fully watched it. I guess it's kind of just a case of like, I've been watching those three for so many years, and the fact that that was the final thing they were doing together before they stopped being a trio and just went their own separate ways. It's just so heartbreaking for me because I love those three for the longest time. They're just an incredible team. So it's just, I didn't, honestly, at the time, I guess it was a case of like, I didn't want to accept that it was the end, you know. I just didn't want to watch it for that reason.
Yeah, Colin, let's not and say we did. I think that's, yeah. It almost made a mess. Just gonna step by here. So, basically, this is something I was working on earlier. It's been painted way too glossy at the moment, so it'll need a little bit of dull coat. But somewhere here I had a chassis for this too. Oh well.
Oh, there's this.
There's the chassis. There we go. It's, yeah, perfect.
Where did that thing go?
Well, yeah, Top Gear is what came before the Grand Tour, obviously.
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of confused. It was curious.
Yeah. Not that it really matters at the moment, but
Top Gear. Well, Jeremy. The Grand Tour came about after the three pretty much left Top Gear. Well, needless to say, Jeremy after a production crew member actually insulted his mother, he punched him, and for that reason, the BBC kind of decided not to renew his license. Well, not license, his contract. And Richard and James decided they did not want to continue the series without him, so they both left. And they all got together and started the Grand Tour on Amazon, which is basically basically their Top Gear where they had left off, essentially.
yeah, because I mean, they still basically do the same thing: buy a vehicle and
doing like specials for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, after the first 2 or 3 seasons, they just started doing specials, and now they've since done their very final one together, and it's called One for the Road.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally just them, putting a pin on that chapter of their lives, being a car guide trio together, and now they've, the Grand Tour is over, and they've gone to do their own things. Like Jeremy has his farm and a pub where he sells his own beer, and James has his own wine business now. And of course, Richard Hammond had started his own classic car restoration business.
Yeah. I actually saw that video there. It was a video there. I think he was driving to his shop one day. He had Oliver with him.
Yeah, he still has Oliver, which is awesome. No, let me just get another coat on these ones right here, since they're going to be going with Barnstable van. Well, I guess I can see what you're talking about, Spin Cycle. I think at first a lot of people just saw it as like, oh yeah, they're pretty much doing exactly what they're doing that they were doing on Top Gear.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, that's what people loved them for. It was just those critics that were, again, saying, oh, they're just being unoriginal. They're just doing exactly what they had been doing, But is that really bad?
It depends who you ask, I guess. Definitely, I'll be honest with you. I quite enjoy Clarkson's farm myself.
I think that's probably why at the end of things, after season 3, they just decided, yeah, you know what? The whole thing with being in the tent and doing like the car reviews and stuff like that, it was literally just what they were doing on Top Gear. So they decided to just focus on what people really tuned into Top Gear for, and that was the big ambitious challenges across the world.
Yeah.
So then they started just doing specials.
So I have for you here, folks, a 3-axled van. It's quite nice. Look at that. Yeah. 3 axles. Not much else.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. That's all it is 3-axle van. It's load 26 tons. Experimental. No loose shunting. That's what it says. That wasn't me.
Sure it was.
Gosh. I'm gonna go see how my paintwork turned out.
On the van.
Yeah, hopefully it's dry.
And hopefully my my paintwork on the wheels is turning out okay.
I mean, there you got more of your brown back now.
Yeah, that's looking a lot better, honestly. A lot better.
Just gonna step by you here again. Yeah, I still need to get myself an airbrush. I don't know. I think you can pick up. I've seen, well, eBay. I saw they have airbrush kits, but I don't know if I really want to just buy anything. Person I should reach out to is that Bare Metal HW, because he seems to have a collection of different airbrushes. You know.
Oh yeah.
But he's one of those guys. I guess he has airbrushes which cost hundreds of dollars, yet in a lot of cases he'll use the cheap ones. I don't exactly
it's kind
know.
of weird, yeah.
I don't exactly know his reasoning behind that. I'm assuming there's differences between all different airbrushes, but I was told, and this was from Marty's Matchbox Makeovers. Shout out, sponsor. He said go with a dual action airbrush. I'm assuming there's a particular reason for that. I don't think it's just down to personal preference. But I guess supposedly dual action is a good option.
Yeah, supposedly. I think I'm good on those for now.
Actually, let me see here. I think
just waiting on the axles on the Barnstable van to, well, the wheels on the Barnstable van to dry.
Trying to pull up Colin's message here. There we are.
You're just full of questions, aren't you, Jack?
Rock band. I don't know. Do I just want to say AC/DC and call it a day?
No, the greatest rock band is the Beatles. You know that.
Who are the Beatles?
I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Okay.
No.
That I'm assuming that's what dual action means.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Come on. Work with me, technology. $239. I mean, it's probably not a bad price. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, Colin.
I assume it probably is.
I think it was like I noticed this has some guys call it the color cup, I guess, basically where you put the paint. I think Chris was saying there the airbrush he prefers, I guess, has the jar underneath it. A lot of that I think is just personal preference, but my biggest thing, if I'm going to invest in an airbrush, I want something that's going to work to my specific needs and, not something I'm going to be fighting with every time I try to use it.
Right.
But, okay. Siphon feed. I mean, can you elaborate on why the siphon feed is, not your preferred paintbrush, airbrush, I mean? Way too much going on at the moment. Just trying to. Yeah, brush paint is all right in some cases, Jack. But if you want a smooth finish, there are cases where brushing it on just isn't going to give you that result. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I have brush painted certain things and gotten good results, but there are some cases where I wouldn't even attempt it. If I want something to look, spot on, perfect, and what have you. In a lot of cases, I like using rattle cans or spray paint, basically. That as opposed to brush painting something, it just, if you spray the paint on, it gives a better finish every time.
Right.
I do know guys, though, there are guys who will prefer the airbrush over a spray can because, in their opinions, which I don't think they're wrong. This is probably more fact than opinion, but you've got your airbrush, which has an unlimited amount of air, and of course you can adjust how much paint flow you get. Whereas the spray cans, it's basically, there is no adjustment. You've got a lot of paint coming out at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from, Colin.
How long do you think that boxcar is going to be curing?
What, the 7-Up one?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd give it overnight.
Fair.
I mean, if you want to bring it over and show it, by all means.
I'll just leave it as is.
Okay. I do know some guys, they prefer to brush paint because they say spray painting's messy. I'm kind of thinking, again, a lot of it is just down to preference. But, it's to each their own, basically.
Yeah.
What else we got here? I don't know if we showed this yet or not. This is another van working on. It's currently just in primer at the moment. Got to do some sanding to it.
Yep.
But, for my primer, I use Tamiya light gray surface primer. And, it seems to do the job pretty well. In this case, I don't really need like a filler primer to do this. So this one works just as fine.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, there's no way you're going to be able to fit a steam locomotive in a spray booth.
Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from, Dawn. Okay, yeah, Colin makes some good points as well. Well, yeah. I mean, that's...
Like I said, it's not like you're going to be able to fit a steam locomotive in a spray booth.
Yeah. Yeah, see, basically what Chris said is what I was getting at. That's one advantage an airbrush has over rattle cans.
Sure.
And I know there's a lot of guys that will say that spray cans, they spray too much paint, and the more, if you get a heavy coat of paint on there, it's going to drown out fine details and such.
Absolutely.
I have found ways, well, basically through other customizers and such, that you can use rattle cans and get a better finish with them, but you're still not going to get as close to what you can get with an airbrush. What are my needs? More money. I think we can all agree with that. More money. That is everyone's needs. More money. But on a serious note, I just want something that's going to work, that's going to give good results, and is, basically going to... I got to get away from spray cans with some of my more involved projects. Like I've got, I think I put that under the workbench and I don't feel like digging it out. I got a couple locomotives here I want to paint, and I definitely don't want to be using like these big spray cans that I have to do them with. The big thing is, I guess, I need to custom mix the paint. And of course, when you custom mix, well, your only option is to brush paint if you don't have an airbrush. And yeah, that's kind of another reason I'd kind of like to get an airbrush, is so I'm not having to rely, if you want a specific color for something, you don't have to rely on trying to find it in a spray can. Full resprays, weathering probably would be another case where an airbrush would be nice to have. Tiny parts, that's another deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically most of what you're saying there, Colin, is exactly what I'm trying to achieve. Trying to see here. Is there anything here that I've sprayed with? Well, I'm not, at the moment, I'm not seeing anything that I've actually, anything completed that I've actually spray painted. But yeah, like I said, again, airbrush is definitely something I need to get. Gonna step by you here again.
Yep.
Yep.
Zagaman.
You can have Zagaman dancing. Heard some good things about Vallejo. A lot of guys I've talked to seem to like testers for some reason, which, if I remember correctly, I think testers is actually distributed by Rust-Oleum now. Yeah, there's another thing. I need to figure out what exact color I need for those. From what I can tell, based on photos, they were a lighter shade than the switchers. By a couple shades, but I don't know. I got to figure out something here before
too long.
Well, I still got to get an 11. All I have right now is a 10. So, well, there's another question, and this is something that we can talk amongst ourselves here in the chat, is, like what is your preference? Are you someone that likes acrylic, or are you someone that likes enamel? Because there's some guys out there, they prefer working in acrylic over enamel. And I think a lot of that's just due to the fact that acrylic's, I guess, easy cleanup.
Makes sense.
I use apple barrel. I mean, hell, I've got some of the stuff right here, but as to like, actually using it for, like a base coat on a model, I don't know if that's something. I think I would look into actual hobby paint, for something like that. Again, that's just personal preference. But, if I was to, like repaint a model like this, I don't think I'd be using apple barrel paint for it. Just gonna put that back. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Colin. Like I said, I don't think, if I'm gonna completely repaint a locomotive, that's definitely not my first choice for paint. Like you said, for general weathering or scenery, by all means, I think that's pretty suitable. So this is that Linton
and Barnstable.
Linton and Barnstable van that I've been working on. Basically, this was given a coat of gray primer and basically gave it a coat of brown, gave it a black wash, also gave it a brown wash. And I think for the most part, it's looking pretty accurate to what I'm going for. Also weathered the roof there. This is all done with washes. Just, and the lighting's not really there we go. That's, you can see it a little better. You can see how I did the roof. I think there should be more of a streaking effect on the roof versus this blotchy look, but then again, I don't know. And again, you can see here, this definitely has a glossy finish to it. That's going to be gone. Definitely going to knock that back with some dull coat. But not sure where we're going to go with this from here. Might give it another wash, just depends. But yeah, I looked at this there and I'm like, that glossy finish don't look right. Same with this van right here. This is another one. It's got, because I'm using a gloss paint for this, but like I said, it's going to be knocked back, and I don't think Eddie wants to do any weathering to this one, but
yeah, not on that one, just because that one's supposed to be more of a replica.
Yeah, I think for the most part, they both look pretty good. Eddie was asking there about, he's got these other vans. He was saying they got the glossy finish to them there. He wanted to try and knock them back a little bit. And I told him, well, dull coat.
So maybe might do that possibly tonight. Who knows?
Nah, I don't know if we'll have time. That's what we've been, I'm kind of surprised we've actually been going on for an hour here. Man, time flies.
Yeah, no kidding.
What else? I don't know. Any of you guys in the chat want to talk about something?
Well, except for Jack, he's going to be full of questions.
He's always full of questions. Not that I'm discouraging that. Just saying. I was just checking here, see what's going on online. Okay. I got your. You sent me some more stuff, Colin. I just noticed that. Yeah, it looks like there's quite a bit of things. If I'm going to get an airbrush, I'm going to have to get quite a few other things as well. I noticed here you sent me this airbrush cleaning kit. It's got the little container I think you blow the airbrush into. I forget who it was. Maybe that was Marty. He has one of those, but he said he doesn't really care for it for some reason. I don't know why.
Matter of opinion, I suppose.
Chris says, go to Harbor Freight, get your first airbrush there. Not too expensive. I mean, if you think that's the way to go, Chris, what would you recommend? I don't know if Harbor Freight has like a particular airbrush or if they just sell whatever they get in stock at the time. I've actually seen. I do like the idea. I've seen one guy actually 3D printed a mount to basically set his airbrush on when he wasn't using it. It's one of those deals. If you don't have anywhere to sit it, you knock it over and paint goes everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I got anything under the workbench here that I want to dig out. Yeah. Oh, we got a warranty. You hit your head again.
Yeah, I can't seem to keep doing that.
I think you and Christian both have that problem.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't help that that thing's so low down.
Yeah. Ah. Dang it. Dang it. All right, in terms of projects, I got a few models here. My own stuff, nothing of Eddie's. But I got a few things here. I don't think I showed that. Well, yeah, I believe I did make a post on this. I picked up this LEF&C shell, MP15 shell, number 26. I got to get a chassis for this. And my plan is, well, actually, it's missing the chassis, plus it doesn't have the front and back railings. But my plan for this is I want to go ahead and get just get a whole nother MP15 just to pull the chassis and some parts off of for this. I only paid, I think, less than $30 for this, which I didn't think was a bad price. And, you know, the big thing is it still has the horns. You know, those haven't been snapped off. Usually when I see these, those are one of the first things that are gone.
Yep.
Actually, the Clarion Club, I remember they had, I think, the 3 units, and they were missing quite a number of parts. But then again, they've probably been there the longest.
More than likely, yep.
But yeah, this is a model I'd definitely like to get a chassis under and be able to use again.
Well, be able to use, period.
Yeah. Jesse was telling me there when I was talking to him, he was saying he thinks he has a number 20 at his place, which, you know, he said he has to check if he has it or not, but he'd possibly be willing to sell it to me. So maybe if that happens, I'll have another number 20 to go with this one. Although I don't know if the LEF&C ever ran the MP15s with the Alco units. But, yeah, that's a project. I got a bunch of stuff here that doesn't run right now. Yeah, I saw that, Dawn. I'm planning to see about trying to get my hands on that. Just depends if the price stays reasonable. I've actually got a, what is it, a 281? Where is that?
I don't know.
Somewhere I got a 281 hopper around here, but it's missing pieces. So I got to take time and put that back together at some point. Yeah, I'll send you a message, Colin, if I need any other information. It's kind of just one of those deals, I guess. I got to take a stab in the dark. So I got, this is another model I'm yet to do anything with. I want to make this into a Buffalo and Pittsburgh locomotive. It's an Athearn. I basically,
the General Motors promo unit.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the locomotive I wanted to turn this into, but basically it needs some work because I want to take time. The motor's been removed from it. I want to put a Genesis motor in this, and obviously I got work to do with the hand railings and such, and I want to add some more details to this that it doesn't have. And of course, I got to figure out how to get these. I got to get the numbers and the General Motors, everything. I got to get all that off of this, which I don't know how I'm going to do that because I've already tried a decal removing solution that didn't work. Possibility these are so old they won't come off.
Perhaps.
But yeah, that's one model I got in here. Then I've also got.
Can't say that I do spins there. Connor. Is it Connor?
Colin.
Colin, sorry.
If you can't remember his name, just call him Mr. Spin Cycle.
I should, yes. Sorry. Sorry about that, Colin. I'm kind of my mind was so focused on getting these wheels painted. I do apologize.
Yeah. There's P&S 357 as it currently sits. About the only thing I've done with this is I've put fans and fan grills are on and the lift rings are on. Other than that, nothing else. I did take time to patch the hood there where the horn was. I got to get some references for 357 to figure out what else. But this is one of the ones I want to paint. But again, I need an airbrush to make that happen.
Yeah. I think I'm done playing black on.
That's P&S number 10. As it currently sits, I chopped the front hood, but, well, I guess that'd be the back hood, but haven't done anything else besides that.
Excuse me.
I know Chris keeps hounding me there about I need to get back to this project and get it finished over the winter, but I don't see that happening. Not at the moment, anyways. Basically, I want to, before I go any further with that project, I wanted to get my hands on another Proto GP7 to start on the 11 there so I can, just because chopping the nose is such a task, I want to be able to do it to another one, be able to see what I have to do to make, basically replicate what I've already done with this one. I got another project here. This is an Athearn Conrail unit I picked up. I think I only paid like $40 for this thing. It was pretty reasonable. But it's a blue box Athearn. It's been custom weathered. Somebody put some extra details into this because it has lift rings, ladders, basically a lot more detail than what a normal blue box would have. But I pulled the motor out of this to put a Genesis motor in it. And yeah, I got to get the motor in there and get it put back together at some point. I think I also wanted to swap out the lights on this as well. So that's another thing.
There.
But yeah, that's just a few models I have currently sitting under the workbench that, either need some work or they're projects that I've been messing around with. That's just a Blockman F unit I've got sitting under here as well. That's still analog, so I don't run it.
Right.
Oh, I guess that goes back in there as well.
Yeah, no kidding.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode of What's Under the Workbench.
Yes.
I'm just going to set that there for now. I'll put it back later.
Maybe a good idea.
Maybe a good idea, maybe not a good idea. It all depends. What else?
Yeah, he's asking if Colin's asking if we have any gen set switchers, but I'm assuming he means Genesis.
Yeah. Might want to double check that. Make sure. Crap. I forgot that goes back in the box too.
Wah, wah, wah.
No, well, it can sit out. I don't really care. Somewhere around here, I got an SD45 for Buffalo and Pittsburgh. It needs a whole new system put in it, drivetrain and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you were actually running that with that Athearn locomotive you got
The
there.
GP40, yeah.
Good times. One of those deals, a lot of projects here, but
not enough time to do them.
Yeah, and it's one of those deals you don't finish a project before you start on another one. That's just human nature.
Yep. Sadly.
NRE 3GS21B.
Okay.
There's a thing called Google. It's not going to work better just because I'm the one using it. And quit hogging all the cookie dough.
Okay, jeez.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope.
Honestly, can't say I have.
Neither have I.
And I am sorry.
I'm shocked.
I'll be nice and not eat all of that.
Well, I ate practically the whole thing of the other ones, so
Yeah. I've honestly never had that stuff.
it's really good. And again, you can actually even bake it. You can actually bake them and turn them into cookies. So
Yeah.
But I think they taste better as like this.
I was telling Jenna there, this was many years back, late 90s. Well, probably the 90s was the only time it was ever available. But basically, I remember going to the supermarket. They used to have what was called cookie dough candy. All it was a little dish, well,
Like that.
probably a dish about this size, and it had, I guess cookie dough in it. It came with a little plastic spoon, but unfortunately, it was a candy, I guess, that didn't last, because I've not seen that in the last 20, 30 years. I was telling her another thing I used to like, just because, well, obviously you can still get it today, but the Lifesaver Gummies candy, they used to come in a little foil tube. Not a lot of people might think they know what I'm talking about, but no, it was, more like the foil that you get a candy bar in. But what I was fascinated about with these gummy Lifesavers was they had a little plastic tray that the ring sat in. And basically after you ate the candy, you had that little ring or that little tray there. And I don't know why I was fascinated with that. Sadly, I don't think they sell them that way anymore. If you get them, they're usually in a bag or something.
Yeah.
The 90s. What a time. You were in the 90s.
Yeah.
You grew up in the 90s. We all grew up in the 90s. See, I don't trust anyone whose birth year starts with a 2. I probably shouldn't say that because Douglas's birth year probably starts with a 2.
What about Christian as well?
Yeah, I know. I want to say he was born in 2004. I'm probably not wrong in saying, because I think he's 26 years old. Who knows? I can't do math. Yeah. It's just one of those things.
Yep.
Just remember, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was Chris was saying to me there. I guess he's going to be 50 next year.
Wow.
If he isn't already. But poor guy. Well, that's what Jenna was even telling me there about another little over a week. She's going to be 30.
Oh my lord.
That's what. There was something for you. We were talking about group of friends of mine. We were talking about when you get older. Well, not when you get older, but growing up, basically, like when you go to your grandparents' house, they'd have a candy dish. and it was always the same kind of candy. Either it was butterscotch or peppermint, or you'd get these, they're like a strawberry candy. You know, the wrapper looks like a strawberry, and it's some kind of strawberry flavored candy that doesn't really taste like strawberry. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, what is it with the disgusting candy? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Here's another something for you. You ever gone to your grandparents' house and they got, I forget, it's like the butter cookies, or, you know, it's in a tin. You open it up and it's a sewing kit.
Okay.
You ever had that happen? I can recall that when I was younger. I found one of those tins and I'm like, "Ooh, cookies." No. Needles and thread. That's enough about my traumatic childhood.
Probably the best for your sanity, I think.
Yeah, sanity's overrated. Yeah. Jeez, where did you get all the dirt?
What?
That.
Well, this is actually for paint.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Because I was wiping off the brush with it.
Yeah, make sure the brushes are clean. I don't want to. I just bought new brushes recently. That's what I got. Some makeup brushes there under the workbench I ought to start using with my weathering powders.
Yeah.
I think Chris probably just steals his from his girlfriend. Well, that's how Marty does it. Oh, I found this nice cleaning brush in my ensuite. That's not an Australian accent.
Nope. Man, I'm gonna have to do yet another.
Now that I remember, he also took his wife's makeup pads. But he said they work good for cleaning stuff up.
Yeah, no matter how many coats I'm doing, the metal's still poking through.
Now, does she know about that? Because if she watches this stream, she's going to find out, and I really don't want to get you in trouble.
I think it might be a little too late for that one, man.
Yeah. That's sort of like, I don't remember what it was. I said something about Mrs. Plowbender in one of my streams there, and I'm like, you know, she's only going to know if she watches it.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain she does.
Just
out of curiosity.
I doubt she watches the crap I upload. I mean, geez, like, have you seen my content lately?
Do you think these will go right?
Yeah, why?
Because I think, dang it,
Butterfingers.
because I think it's poking through a little bit through the paint. No matter how many coats I'm doing, it's just trying to poke through.
To answer your question, I want to get out to Ray Yard again. It's just finding the time. I'm also considering going back to Knoxdale Tunnel just to see the collapse for myself, and, you know, probably do a video on that as well. I do have a video coming up, mainly just a discussion video talking about some of the recent things which have happened on, well, in regards to the Shawmut right away. Don't really want to go into a lot of detail because
you want to save it for that video.
Well, that, and I'm still trying to research what all I'm going to say. Yeah, no, definitely not. In fact, I had a few uploads that I was going to put on the channel from the Everett that last minute I just decided no. It's one of those deals. I'm gonna be fair here, and I'm not trying to bash the Everett when I say this, but it's one of those deals. I feel a little insulted. The fact that as someone who has been there on numerous occasions, you know, videoed, posted, all that sort of thing, it's like never once have they ever got in contact with me saying, thanks for visiting, thanks for supporting us, thanks for promoting us. You know, it's one of those deals. The only time they reach out to me to say anything is get the fuck out, don't come back. Nice people. Okay, rant end.
Inconsiderate people. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, Dawn, plan is to do another video on the south end of Ray Yard. It's just a matter of getting out there and doing it. I know Eddie and I, we actually went there last year, and the further south you go, it actually starts to get a little grown up in weeds and such. So you're kind of limited to how well you can get through there. So I'm not sure how much of that I'll actually video, but definitely want to try to get that done sometime this year, considering I think it was clear back springtime I actually did that video. So, and I did say I was going to get back there again, so so much to do, so little time.
Very much so.
But what else? I think he's just over here cleaning rolling stock.
Yeah, because I think some of it might be a little dirty anyway.
He's dirty. These are the wheels that go underneath this.
Yeah, the small ones, yeah.
Oh, they're so cute, so tiny.
But yeah, you can see the metal's poking through the paint no matter how many coats I'm putting on it.
Yeah. That's why I like painting my wheels with the paint pen and then go back with the weathering powder, wash, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid fly.
Yeah. So, well, we've been going on for basically an hour and a half here. Probably going to wrap it up before too much longer.
Yeah. We still need to make time to do something tonight.
Yeah. So, I don't know, probably here another 5 minutes or so, go ahead and wrap things up, call it quits. Yeah, another thing I heard, there were some people saying about it's possible here in the, years to come, they'll possibly be taking Ray Yard out. It's kind of surprising they haven't done that sooner.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's my personal opinion. I just probably there's not enough there to warrant messing with at this time.
Probably not, no.
Because what? Track's basically it. There's nothing else there. I'll be honest with you. It'll be a crying shame if they take down Brookville Viaduct. But who knows? The line's rail banked. Well, I've actually found evidence that shows the line is rail banked. Because apparently Genesee and Wyoming still owns the right-of-way, according to the property records I've found. So, who knows? But as to them putting it back in again, I don't know. It's a topic unto itself. Put it that way. It's not something I really want to discuss right now because there's just
there's not really much time for it.
Yeah, way too much there, and it's a topic that I'm sure other people could probably elaborate on better than I could. I don't know. I suppose anything else we want to discuss before we call it a night?
Honestly, not really too sure.
I'm talking to you and them.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one, honestly.
That's what I need to take time and order some stuff for all these Bowser kits I got. Mainly, I got to get more 36-inch wheels and some more 158 couplers. I think I got some number 5s around here, but really I kind of want to go with the 158s. That and another thing I was telling Jesse, like these PPLX cars. I'm not exactly sure what numbers of these I already have. So if I get any duplicates, I may be taking them back to Jesse and exchanging them. And of course, they give you the crappy Easy Mate couplers with the horn hooks on these kits. Oh, wow, that looks pretty nice.
Yeah, honestly, it looks really nice.
Painted the white rims on the wheels.
Yeah, I only did the one side first.
And of course, I got my Bessemer car. Yes. Very
Yes,
nice,
you do.
very nice. But I do kind of want to get a couple of these now and weather them. I don't know. One of those deals. I've seen Chris's. Now I want my own. And I also got Alec Baldwin. There we go. I was looking on eBay. And I mean, other sites probably have them as well. Bowser, I guess, does make coal loads for these cars, but I'd kind of like, if I'm going to go that route, I kind of like to get the coal loads and then put whatever you were using for your cars. I kind of like to use that. Put a layer of glue on top of those loads and then put the coal on top of that. I think they'd look a lot nicer. I'm assuming. I mean, he's just painting metal wheels with a toothpick.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's a little. My paint's a little rough. I'm not good at this.
You might have to thin it down some.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, I've seen some of these guys. I could show you pictures, but I won't because I don't want to insult the people who have done this stuff. But I've seen some guys, their painting looks terrible because the paint's just globbed on and you can see the brush marks and everything. It's like, well, thin down your paint, it'll look nicer.
Maybe I'll just let you handle this. Because that honestly doesn't look all that good. I ruined this wheel.
Yeah, you can always strip it off and try again.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I think he just needs to thin it down some. But I suppose probably should wrap things up here and call it a night. Gonna have to say your farewell, folks, because like I said, this is Eddie's last night here. After early tomorrow morning, I guess he's heading back to Michigan, and
probably 10:30 at the latest.
Yeah. Overall, though, it's been a pretty nice week. Really hoping next year we can do the same thing and check out some other places that we weren't able to get. That's what Eddie did make. Put it this way, if I'd have had more time for it, he made the suggestion about going back to Y-Bridge today. You know, I'll be honest with you, I kind of would have been up for that had I been a little more free, I guess. Colin does make a good point. You know, rough up the surface a little bit. Probably be another thing.
True. But yeah, like I said, I think I'll let you handle the painting of the rims.
Yeah.
Thank you, Don. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
About like 4.5 to 5 hour trip back home tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I know. We talked about this before. There, I was saying about over the summer this year, I would have loved to have gotten up to Michigan there when Nationals was going on, because Eddie and I wanted to try and meet there, but it just didn't happen. Hoping next year maybe I can make it up to Michigan, and because I keep saying this, I would really like to check out the Steam Railroading Institute, because that's where they have Pure Marquette 1225, and that locomotive actually underwent rebuild here 2 years ago, I think it was. I would have liked to have gotten up there, I guess, last year after she re-entered service again. But it was one of those deals I couldn't fund both a trip to Stroudsburg and a trip to Michigan especially so close together.
Right.
But
and when you do make it up to Michigan, I need to take you around to the Redford Club.
yeah, that's another thing I'd like to check out when I'm there. Well, I keep telling Christian, aka Terrence the Tractor 525, I keep wanting to go see him up on Long Island because I want to go check out Train World. Also and get to meet Ken Bianco Jr. because I hear so much about the guy, but never got the chance to meet him.
Absolutely.
But in regards to Eddie and I meeting up again, chances are it's probably not going to be till October of next year, so you might as well say a year from now. But I don't know, maybe see what happens here, possibly get to meet up sometime earlier if I can make it up to Michigan.
Absolutely.
And chances are Mrs. Plowbender is going to go with me as well. So
yeah, she won't let you go anywhere without her.
Yeah, well, she worries about me maybe a little too much. But I suppose it's probably time to wrap things up. I've said that, 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah.
But basically, I want to thank Eddie for meeting up with me here in Pennsylvania. It was definitely a blast to spend the week together. Also want to thank everyone who has watched these streams and commented on our posts and everything. Basically, we've taken you guys along for the ride on this trip. So it's been a blast.
Yeah, I want to especially thank Corey for being so accommodating for the past week.
Yeah, he's practically lived with me. But, and I mean, that is another thing. It's nice having him here because, well, more time to spend with each other. Plus, he's not having to cover hotel costs.
Oh, yeah.
But, again, enjoyed it. Sad it's over. It just seemed to go by way too fast.
Yeah, no kidding.
But before I wrap things up here, I also want to thank everyone who has tuned in. Thank you for your continued support and viewership for both myself and the channel. You ever get the opportunity, head on over to Eddie's channel. I'm sure he'll be uploading some content from this meetup. I know he did shoot some footage. Plus, I got some footage for him as well that he's probably going to compile into a video of some sort. But I don't know. Any closing remarks?
All I can say is I wish this week I wish this week could have lasted longer. That's all I can say.
I think a lot of us do. But I suppose that is going to be it. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. You want to check out me or Eddie's channels, go right ahead. Or you can go watch something better. I'm sure there's far better content than what we put out. If you guys want to continue chatting with me after this stream, check out my other pages or Discord server. We can continue on a conversation there. But until I do the next stream, which will probably be sometime next month, because again, I've been trying to do monthly streams. That's probably the next time I'll see you guys live again. Who knows? Maybe Eddie will tune in from Michigan.
Probably that'll be the next time you see me.
Yeah. But again, that's going to be all for now. You guys take care. Again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Eddie, for being here for the past week. And I don't know, we'll catch you guys sometime soon, hopefully.
Yep. Until next time, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.